should listen to it.
All right, perfect segue. Welcome y'all to episode 6, I think, of the BoolCast. With me is Wyatt and Joe.
Hello.
As per usual, I'm Thomas.
That was pretty good.
And today we are going to be looking at your guys's, not your guys's specifically, but the world's relationship advice questions. And with me are experts at relationships, Wyatt and Joe.
Oh boy.
Before we get started, tell us,
boy.
what is your qualifications as the relationship advice experts, Wyatt?
A man told me I was qualified about 2 seconds ago.
And Joe, what is your...
I'm a two-time champ. All right. Three gold medals.
Uh-huh. In
That's
purely
it.
just in general.
Just in general, participation.
Nice. But there's some people out there who need our advice. And so, like, I went to the internet and I looked for people who need our advice, and they're asking for advice.
Relationship advice?
So, I'll be reading their story, and I want you guys to give them advice.
Okay.
And maybe comment on their situation a little bit.
Sure.
Okay. Is our goal to find a solution?
Just to give them some advice, bro.
Okay, I'm going to do my best to be non-judgmental and help find a solution.
All right, cool. All right, so
Good preface.
I'll keep their names anonymous for this one, but this man, right?
I feel like you're just gonna read something we've done.
It's just journals.
Funny. Yeah. All right. We'll come anonymous. So anonymous says, he says, my girlfriend's dad discouraged me from proposing because their family isn't thrilled about having dark babies. This is what he said. This is what he said. Okay, he says, me and my girlfriend Naomi are an interracial couple. Her being Korean and me being black. We have dated for just under 5 years now. 5 years.
Wow.
And for the past few months, I've been planning on proposing. I'm pretty traditional, so I thought it would be a good idea to ask Naomi's dad for his blessing before I propose. I asked earlier this month. When I arrived at their house, I was greeted by Naomi's mother and father who invited me in. After a little talking, I told them that I was going to propose and wanting their blessing.
Just say invited.
Her mother was ecstatic, and her father didn't seem displeased, and he told me it was okay for me to propose. We talked more about the topic of babies that was brought up by her mother. I told her that I wanted to have kids with her, and she got even happier. We continued talking. When I told them I needed to start heading home, her mother said she would send me home with some food and left for the kitchen. That's very nice of her, right?
Nice.
Very nice of my mother.
Shut up, Mom.
Me and her dad had a small language barrier between us that usually is alleviated by either Naomi or her mother. So we kind of just sat there in silence. He then told me this. I'll clean it up, but it was difficult to understand as he isn't great at English. He said, "You are a very nice young man, and we like you a lot. We'd be happy to have you in our family, but we are not too happy about you and her having dark babies." I was stunned and kind of just awkwardly laughed. We sat there for like 2 minutes before her...
He's like, I'm serious.
Yeah. We sat here for like 2 minutes before her mom came out. Oh, 2 minutes in silence before her mom came out.
He's like, I'm not joking.
With a wrapped plate. When I got home, I said nothing about this to Naomi. I know I need to talk to her about what he said, but I just don't want to be the one to accuse her family of being racist. And now I know this is probably irrational, but the way her father said it put the thought in my head that Naomi may not want to have kids because of how dark I am. How do I approach her about this in the least accusatory way possible?
Wow.
So what do you guys say to this man and his girlfriend Naomi? What should he do?
Let me just throw some questions out first. How'd you date for 5 years and not notice any of this in the background? I mean, I guess like he's in the house.
It sounds like a Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah, this doesn't seem real almost. Like, is this real?
No, these are real.
Oh my gosh.
What advice would you have to him? So for the real, he loves his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He wants to propose to her.
He wants to propose to her. And 5 years, I'm sure she loves him too. What should he do with her though? That he knows her father might be racist.
First off, he never mentioned. Did he mention that she wanted to have kids with him, or that he just wanted to have kids?
No, they want to have kids.
Okay. Well then, I mean, I wouldn't distrust the fact that they still want to have kids, but there's a lot of ways where you can say, like, "Hey, you still want to have kids with me?" Just like that. It's like, yeah, what? It's like, I'm dark.
Oh.
I mean, she just watch the way she reacts, I guess.
Why? What do you think? What should he talk to his future wife Naomi?
Yeah, well, I feel like if you've committed for this long and like you're asking the parents to like for the blessing, I think Naomi's already like understood like if they're down to have kids, like that is a very likely outcome that you're gonna have darker children. So like I think that fear is very irrational, but I can understand like after hearing that,
like needing the
being very like shaken up, because then you start, I don't know, like anytime you hear kind of like an off-color comment, you start like drawing all of these like threads together of like, oh, what does it mean this too? And then you start kind of like thinking through like the worst case scenario. I think what was interesting is it mentioned that like there is a language barrier, and so the message that the dad conveys and their reaction don't line up very well. So like they're super stoked on it, but they're like, but we're not, like the phrase "we're not thrilled" is so funny to me. We're just not like, it's neutral. We're just like, man.
Yeah, it's not the big.
So like I would talk to Naomi and be like, hey, your dad said this. Obviously, like, I don't know what to do with that. It seems a little strange. But I mean, I think communication is always good, and like I think Naomi seems solid enough that you could like convey those things.
Yeah,
and it's not malicious. You're not trying to like tear the family apart. And the mom seems pretty cool. So
the mom seems super happy.
Yeah.
You know, to be fair though, he should just learn Korean and just talk to the dad. What I imagine though is if there's not a lot of tact, it doesn't seem like this is the case in this family or in his relationship with her, Naomi, but if there isn't a lot of tact and Naomi just starts accusing her father of saying this, like, you might never get the truth, like, if there is a question of what he really did say. Because he'll just say, oh, I never said that. Or I never meant to say that. And so I think the best way for him would be, like, tell Naomi about it, obviously be really honest, but then also take the next step and, like, have lunch with her father and try to find a way to have, like, a longer form of conversation about it. And try to get a better understanding.
Because if you never figure out the answer to this, it's always going to be this weird barrier to like everything for the rest of the time.
Right. And
where
when
you're just
have
like
kids, it's like,
yeah,
do
then
you want
you're
that man to hold your kids?
Yeah, then it's going to be real weird. So it's like
you got to air it out.
You need to at least know for sure he's racist. And if he is, then you know.
Then you deal with it.
Like it's better to have the certainty that he's a racist.
Or you can just take a peek in his closet. If you see all this racist Confederate flag, you see like
the Korean Confederate
flag, which is
it was like a supreme like rare collab.
It's a North Korean. It's just Kim Jong-il.
It's just like a bunch of like ropes and stuff. Then you can make some, or maybe he just.
It is the South Koreans that are usually. Oh,
is it true?
The South.
Is that true?
Maybe the North Koreans are abolitionists.
North Koreans are actually the good ones. How is that possible?
Yeah, I agree with all you guys are saying. There's a language barrier. There's a cultural barrier. A lot of things can be happening. So I think it's just nice.
It definitely doesn't seem good though.
Doesn't seem good.
That sucks. Man.
But he said he's like, you're a very nice man. Like, we like you.
Yeah.
We
just don't like your complexion.
Yeah, we just don't like your skin tone, man.
In East Asian countries, if you're darker, that's just bad. You know, like,
it reminds me of this.
So messed up.
I'm not joking.
But like sometimes there are racist things like that. Like I've heard my plenty share of like, he was Mexican, but he was a nice guy. Like I've heard those comments
in the Missouri.
In Missouri,
yeah, like I've just heard stuff like that where like,
oh, he was black, but he
was dark, but he had a lot of money. Like I've literally heard that, and I'm like,
that's so.
It's
freaking
like
funny.
That legit exists where like they feel like it's a good natured thing, but it's really not, and you're like, I don't know how to tell you this, but you didn't give them a compliment.
Do you think those people are just like, they're not purposely being racist, right?
I think you don't have to be purposely racist to be racist.
That's true, but do you think they're purposely?
I don't think so. I think, like, in that sense, it's like, I think a lot of it can be a culture thing where you grow up and you're like, oh, this isn't weird to say, but it kind of is.
You know, man, sometimes people are just a product of their environment.
That's true.
Amen. All right. Hopefully you have some good luck out there with you and Naomi.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right.
Anonymous, good luck to you.
Anonymous. All right. This new one. This is a woman writing into us. This is about her almost boyfriend of 3 months.
She's like, I'm a 7'10" Messianic Jew and I can swim.
Yeah.
This is definitely not to the BoolCast.
My almost boyfriend of 3 months lied to me about having leukemia. All right, here we go. I had sex with a man who told me he was. I'm just trying to read her story. She needs help.
Okay.
I had sex with a man who told me he was terminally ill. What started out as a trip to a new city to help care for someone turned to pretty hard sex, and afterwards he put me in a hotel because his family was making a last-minute appearance out of concern before he started treatment. He didn't want them to think he was ordering people off the internet to care for him without asking them for help first.
That's what he did.
In the hotel, I used the Wi-Fi and my laptop to search him on Google and found his Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Things didn't add up, and I messaged the girl listed as his sister, who bluntly responded telling me that her brother wasn't sick with anything that they were aware of and advising me to try to reach and catch an earlier flight home. Now, I'm confused and lost.
Wait, he lied about having leukemia?
And I don't know what to do.
Or he had leukemia and lied? He didn't.
According to his sister, his Facebook sister,
is alleged.
Oh my god.
He didn't have leukemia.
But he told her.
He told her he had leukemia.
Yo, that guy's got a strat. That guy has a plan.
So from what it tells, like, from her perspective, she's like,
God.
did this guy just say he had leukemia to have sex with me and then send me out?
Why would that make her want to have sex with him?
Women like to fix broken things.
This is scary.
Tough.
No, this is like very, very manipulative, like, stuff.
This is like some serial killers.
I remember-
not maybe that close, but
This reminds
Could
me
he
of
kill
a
somebody?
real thing that happened in middle school where a girl said that her dad died to get attention. And that was wild.
but she was in middle school.
Yeah,
And
I'm,
you could
I'm
see-
praying that these people aren't in middle school. I'm praying.
She's flying to different cities and having sex, so I hope not.
I'm really hoping not. So, man, I would get the heck out of there as fast as you
Yeah,
can.
I would not.
Like, count your losses. Maybe do more research before. I think before this might be my conservative Christian take. One, abstinence is pretty top tier. Two, if you're going to be so involved physically and relationally with somebody, it really pays to know who they are. Like, if a company's going to background check someone, you probably should do at least the minimum work if you're going to get in bed with them. I feel like that's even more intrusive than employment. So I would be like, hey,
Some would agree.
we've had our fair share of people hanging out with us and we don't know who they are.
Oh.
We've had plenty.
Ooh.
So you understand, like, there's a there was a violation of trust in just that, and that's not even to the same degree.
There's also a violation of your perception of safety and security.
Yeah, like, I would feel so scared.
We should not be in the business of making people feel unsafe and insecure.
Also, what's up with this dude? Like,
Yeah, what is this
there's
guy?
so many other stories you could tell that aren't good, but
Yeah, why leukemia? I'm guessing it was like, let me guess, let me put two together. She was a doctor. And he was like, oh, she'll love me. I don't know.
she understands.
What if she had leukemia? Is there any more backstory?
Maybe she got leukemia from.
Oh, what if she has
Is that
leukemia now?
how- yeah.
Dude, you know
That's how it works, I think.
It's like pass the baton.
Dude, it'd be really sad if she actually gets diagnosed with leukemia.
Well, duh.
That'd be so sad.
Yes. Anyways. Yeah,
It would be, man.
I would say to our friend here, just get out of there. You know,
This girl, no, she's got to leave.
yeah, just get out of there. You know, he played you, but you know, I don't think there's really anything you can do legally.
No, she can just put this story out there.
Yeah, maybe just like
And
tell
just
people like, hey,
tell
don't
people,
trust this
don't
guy.
trust this guy. Like,
Yeah,
he's
but,
he's
like-
a weirdo.
If you don't have to do that work if you don't want to. You can just leave.
Did you ever hear about what's it called? What was the PM tournament in Placentia? We used to go the one on the top of the hill.
Oh,
Power 9.
No.
it was called
The
the
block.
balcony.
The balcony. Did you ever hear about the balcony story with
No.
that tournament?
That sounds
So, like,
Godfather-esque.
there was this house that was famous for running these Project M tournaments,
Video game tournament.
video game tournaments, and this was like a couple years ago. They put out Alex, one of the girls that was like living there, and this other guy, like, they put out like a full like 2-hour video like explaining the story. But basically, they thought they had a roommate come in, and they were under the perception that this person was one of like the coding developers for PM. And this person had all the knowledge about the game, knew all the people, all the connections, and over time, they started just digging a little bit deeper and realized that the person that they've been living with for like the last couple of months wasn't that person. This person studied everything about the actual developer and was like pretending to be them.
That's
And they were
terrifying.
living with her.
with her?
Yeah.
She's
And they were like,
crazy woman.
holy crap. And they're like,
That's
you need to get out of our house, like, right now. Like, can you imagine that? Like, so for months they thought it was this person, and like she had all the knowledge about the game and the mechanics and the people to back it up. And so they were like, "Oh, this is clearly that person."
How did they figure out?
And then like, I don't know if the video is still up there. You could, if you look on like the Balcony YouTube channel, maybe it's there. But I remember watching it and I was like, "That's terrifying."
This is the intro to a horror movie.
Yeah, legit.
Like I imagine like living with somebody and then you're like, they're pretending to be someone so well that like
you don't even know.
We got tricked into it.
Damn.
But
it was crazy.
Is there something legal repercussions you can take against this person for like
probably.
impersonation, identity theft?
Probably.
But the real person, is that person alive? Did she kill him first, or what?
I don't know how it worked out, but I remember hearing that story and it reminded me of Leukemia Boy.
It was the same boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. We got our next one here.
Oh no.
This man writes in. He says, "My girlfriend of 7 months, and I just found out she's a furry, and well in the fandom."
Okay.
He says, "I was using my girlfriend's laptop to research stuff while she was out of the room. Nothing shady, no history diving or anything. It was a situation where the autofill came in and revealed that my girlfriend is a furry. There were links to furry social networks, the furry subreddit, furry porn, and artwork. I admit."
Furry social network? What is that?
Oh, you know, it's
furry
like,
book?
like LinkedIn.
He's playing dumb right now.
It's like LinkedIn.
What's that?
I admit, I did type in fur just to see if that was the case. Lots and lots of links popped up in the search bar. I backspaced and I didn't know what to think, so I left for a few hours. So it sounds like he just like typed in fur because he had suspicions, and all these like things came in about furry stuff, and he knows now.
So wait, how did he get to the point of typing in fur?
Yeah, what was
Probably had a suspicion.
No, maybe he had like F and then U, and he was gonna type in something else, and like fur came up, and he's like, "This
fun size Snicker bar."
Yeah. Or
fur size
fur size came up. Fur size Snicker bar, and he was like, "What in the world?"
What's a fur size?
Well, we're not done with the story either.
Oh.
When it was quiet and we were watching a movie, I asked her if she was a furry. She looked at me.
Out. In the middle of the movie? That's
kind of a more like important conversation you maybe want to like have after the movie.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like in the middle of like Die Hard or something. You're just like,
"Hey, so you?"
It's like it's like the scene in like Toy Story 3 where they're dying in the furnace. Hey, real quick though,
are you a freak?
Hey,
hold on.
Lotso, how do you feel about Lotso over there?
You did know that he intentionally plays Zootopia.
No,
he intentionally plays Zootopia,
cats.
like and just kind of like watches her like.
That's so.
It's a pretty nice looking fox over there. Huh?
What you think?
When it was quiet and we were watching a movie, I asked her if she's a furry. She looked at me sideways with a frown and asked why. I felt bad, but I told her the truth and what I found. She immediately got up, grabbed her stuff, and left. I tried to stop her, but she would not say a word to me. This was yesterday evening. Still no communication.
Oh.
I know what furries are, and I admit that I have been in situations where people are like, "Haha, effing furries," and I have laughed because it's furries. I don't know how long she's been a furry or why she didn't tell me. What do I do?
Okay.
Great question. Thank you, listener, for this
He's
question.
not a listener for sure. He will be.
Once
he hears
this
this
advice.
All right. This is a tough situation. First off, I want to say I don't know any furry girl who is a closeted furry girl. The ones I do know are so proud to be furry.
I'm proud.
Yeah, it's like they need like a furry.
Maybe there's a lot more furries than we know of. For that reason,
I've always wondered why there's like a costume of a cat in your closet, Joe.
I've seen no such thing, but if there is, we share a closet. So why? How'd that happen?
So I had leukemia for a number of years.
Well, can I sleep with you?
Post. That's not helpful.
So
funny.
What helping hurts.
So what should he do? How should he talk to his girlfriend?
First off, his timing was very poor. I think this is very clear by the fact that like he had no idea for 7 months that this girl was a furry, found it in her search history, saw that she wasn't probably like promoting this. It's not like this like directly like one to one, but it's almost like if someone was like he found out someone's gay. And then I don't know, because if you ask them if they're gay,
maybe like if I kind of knew someone was gay but they didn't want to tell me they were gay, I wouldn't like press them. You know what I'm saying?
but you would let them watch like Zootopia or something.
Yeah, see if they come out a little bit.
Yeah, if they come out.
No, but on the real
though,
though,
Just let them watch Zootopia and then be like, let's pause real quick, popcorn break.
If someone is homosexual or a furry, I wouldn't, and I knew, like, I knew about it, but they didn't know I know about it, then, like, I wouldn't press them. I would be like, so are you gay? You know, like, I would just make it, like, a conversation where they would feel comfortable revealing it.
Are you gay yet? Yeah. So that was, so that probably was a mistake, especially in the middle of the movie, depending on what the movie is. Maybe she was, like, super sad.
Yeah, I'm really curious what the movie was.
Yeah, now. That's very important.
That's actually way funnier.
Watch it was Zootopia.
It was The Room.
I was hoping it was cats.
Cats.
Yeah.
All their movies are just like furry movies. I never knew.
It's the same thing. She's literally dressed up as like a dog or a cat every day. He's like, I guess you're a furry. She's like, what if she's mad because she was making it so clear, and she's like, it took you this long. No, this is tough. I think he needs to revisit her in a conversation, but more importantly, make it feel like I think he needs to put in work to find out a way to be understanding about this, and then 2. Make it comfortable and safe for her to describe that. Because it seems like she felt betrayed.
Yeah, I think that was like the biggest issue. I think, if anything, he should have opened with, hey, so I used your computer for something and this came out in the search bar, rather than starting with the question, like, are you this? And then having
it's almost like accusatory.
Yeah, it's accusatory and it's hiding information that would actually be a little more helpful for him. Because then it's just like, oh, I did some snooping, and then there's like an even bigger breach where it's like someone's already insecure about this, and then you just found it behind their back, and that's like even more jarring. So I think he would have to first recognize for himself.
He should apologize.
Oh, absolutely, and I mean maybe he did in this situation. Like, I don't think that's like a small thing. Like, I think if you're dating someone and this is part of your lifestyle to do this, then like you should probably let that be known, because I'm sure people like it's become more socially acceptable, but it's still like on the fringes. Yeah, it's still on the fringes of like a lot of like cultures and subcultures.
Remember that one video I showed you of the TikTok puppy girl thing?
Oh, this is different. That's
it's not the same thing?
No.
What? So what is this?
No, you don't know what furries are? Like in the fursuits? Like
so
the
like
giant
they
cats?
imagine like a theme park costume type of thing, where like a person's like Winnie the Pooh, but instead it's like just a dog or something. So they'll dress up as these things, but it's like it's not in their mind they are this animal, but it's also like a sexual undertones throughout the entire thing that have to do with like they're also sexually attracted to animals.
Why is this? Wait, they're sexually attracted to animals?
Well, humanoid animals.
What the?
Specifically humanoid animals.
Not judgmental. That sounds very strange.
It
sounds strange.
It's a very fringe.
How do you
thing.
know that's a sexual thing though?
Because it's part of their culture.
It's like it's
what?
pretty open.
Yeah.
I feel like that's unless that's like something that's very explicit. That's a huge jump. It could be just like
I wouldn't say that like all furries think that way, but like it's definitely a huge part of like
the culture,
or at least it's mainstream like understanding. Like as a non-furry,
why do?
Because they have these.
Like fetishes for it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's something to do with like the idea that humans evolved from animals?
I don't
Definitely.
know.
Okay. That's it.
But the point is, that is a really big lifestyle decision, and so like, I think if you're dating someone, like, it's on her end to like
make that
kind of she should have presented that in some way.
She probably should have told him earlier.
Yeah, but maybe she's figuring that out too.
Yeah, it really depends on like their relationship, I guess.
They're dating. That says a lot.
But really, I mean,
for 7 months, that's not a short time.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of time to know.
I mean, I think she should have made it known, but it seems like I think you can infer from this situation that by the fact that she didn't make it known, she wasn't fully comfortable with herself. Which is also a thing in its own. Like, she should feel comfortable. And if she's been dating this guy for 7 months, like, hopefully she feels comfortable with this guy to be like, yo, I'm into this, and like, I don't want you to judge me. And
but to figure that out now, with stuff like that, it's just like the sooner you can communicate that, the better. Because either
is this that big of a thing?
Yeah, it's not like a.
It's like a legit lifestyle.
I don't want to speak like I know for sure, but at least in like a lot of what I've seen, it's a pretty involved thing. Point is, it is a fringe thing, and so like I think that would be helpful to address. Because like the longer you wait to rip that Band-Aid off, like the more dead. Like I feel that with anything, like communication's so big that like if there's something that you're seeing that could be an underlying issue, like, the sooner you deal with that, the better it will be for better or for worse. So, like, if you break up because of that, it's better you did that now than later. And if it works out, then cool. Then you feel a little bit more confident in yourself and that relationship.
Yeah.
So, my real question is if they finished the movie. Did he finish the movie? Like, after she left, I want to know, like, at what point they were in the film.
He tried to stop her. So, I mean, I think...
Was the movie running?
Real advice? Yeah, you should pause it. Real advice? Real advice to him, pause the movie. 2, you should apologize to this girl, and hopefully she might find a way to level with you. And just, like, go to dinner or something and just have an open, honest conversation about this.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, it seems like he cares about this girl a lot. And even if he doesn't, he does owe this to her, I feel.
Yeah.
Because, like...
He still owes her an apology.
Yeah,
for
even
sure.
if they don't get back together, I think, like, there is...
Yeah.
a thing that he's obligated to do. Or he could just become a furry.
He should show up to the dinner in a fursuit.
Oh, why she gets so mad because she's like, I'm still trying to hide this, you know?
Yeah, that could backfire. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Right,
But what if she shows up and then he's not?
Post this.
And then she's
If
like,
they both show up, it's a beautiful moment.
oh, it's an all or nothing.
It's some like Lion King type stuff.
For some reason, I'm envisioning the end of Dark Knight Rises, where like Alfred's like at the dinner and he sees Bruce like across
But
the way.
there's just 2 furries.
and we're just like.
She found her dream.
That's funny.
All right, this one's a little more sad.
Oh no.
My ex-girlfriend keeps spoiling Game of Thrones for me. I cheated on my ex-girlfriend during our relationship, and she found out shortly after we broke up. She's blocked me on everything, but briefly unblocks me like every Monday to send me Game of Thrones spoilers before I can watch it. How can I get her to stop?
That's so.
She finds a way though to like.
One,
bro,
the fortitude she has to find a way is so funny.
I respect this girl.
I respect it so
I respect
hard.
this girl. Actually, I think that kind of spite is what the world needs.
I would disagree.
But the energy behind the spite.
No.
Overall, and the pettiness of me, keep going.
Yeah.
I like this.
This girl's got to go.
It's really funny, but it's still not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of messed up. I think, obviously, this girl's going to feel some type of way for being cheated on, and, like, at least she's not trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay, there's much worse for you, dude.
What I imagine now is, like, she's kind of over it, but to make it funny for her, she's like, I can get back, I can just, like, make his life
miserable.
a little bit less happy just by spoiling Game of Thrones every Monday.
Yeah. She could, like, probably harm you in so many other ways. Yeah. So, that's not the worst.
Count your blessings, what we're saying.
Yeah, but you could always just not use your phone on Monday. There's so many things you could do, my man.
That is huge.
Block her number. Block her on, like...
When you know it's time for Game of Thrones, you
put
just
your phone away.
Airplane mode.
Yeah.
True.
You don't need your phone unless you're watching on like your MacBook.
Sky Rights.
It's like it's like a messenger pigeon.
It's like Amazon. Oh, by the way. No.
That's so funny.
She emails it to him. It's so good.
All right, this next one is me and my boyfriend have been together for a year. That's pretty long. But as the last month, he started vaping, and it's been an issue. He knows I hate vape. My dad vapes, and it makes me cringe. The sound of is comparable to nails on a chalkboard, and the smell makes me cough a lot. On top of that, he uses a gross grapefruit-flavored juice. We all know about that one.
Yeah.
I told him
we don't.
I don't like it when he vapes around me, and he always just joke around by blowing clouds in my face.
That's disrespectful, G.
I find it very rude. Yeah. I'm sleeping. Sometimes he'll just blow vape into my face because it's funny. Oh, that's bad. I find it really childish and disrespectful. And is this a bad reason to leave someone?
Everything she just told us, she should tell him. Like
pretty much.
But it sounds like she has, and he just kind of laughs like, "Oh, that's just vaping," and then blows.
I like that.
And blows a thick cloud in her face.
Thick cloud, boys.
A thick dragon. Sick smoke cloud.
I want you to tell us
cloud.
Next time you're in it, just tell us how dank was the cloud. Though.
Yeah.
Just so we have a better idea.
Yeah. If he was like pulling off like smoke rings, like you gotta give him credit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if it was like a thick cloud where like you're lost in it, he's like, "Fuck."
Maybe that's the compromise. Ask your boyfriend to do vape tricks, and if they're sick, then maybe that's your compromise.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe
but if they're not sick,
yeah,
the vape outside.
Well, you shouldn't be dating a boy who can't do sick vape tricks.
Yeah.
Oh, break
that's
up
your
with
fault.
I think that's like the red flag, really.
This is leukemia guy. Is this guy?
Leukemia guy.
That's how we got here.
Yeah, leukemia guy.
And he was like, "Hold on, pause the movie."
This is furry girl. I think she's gotta. Like, if she doesn't have like an open conversation with a super childish guy, then, yeah, I mean,
well, they should talk first.
They should talk first, but she's asking like, is that a good enough reason? Like, you can leave someone.
Well, the reason isn't the vaping; it's the disrespect of her and not caring about what she.
See, I don't think so, because the fact that she was disrespected this much. It seems like he's probably disrespecting her in a lot of other ways too.
Yeah, like it's definitely like
to vaping. She was just like, it seems like she hates the vape more than disrespect, but maybe that's wrong.
I don't think so. I think because like in this situation, I feel like there's something where it's like the boyfriend should be like, okay, I didn't know this affects you this way. Maybe we should find a way to make this work. Where like I don't vape around you, or I work to quit this habit if you care about the relationship that much and that's what it's going to take. Like, the onus is on him to take her complaint seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that's the real root. Because, like, this just kind of pushes it through. So, like, should I leave my boyfriend because he vapes? I don't know. It's tricky. I wouldn't say that's a good reason. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I mean, in the context that, like,
it is a health issue. Right.
Just the fact that he's blowing clouds in your face, it's not even the vape at that point.
It's just annoying.
It's truly the disrespect.
Yes. Yeah, but for the disrespectful reasons, yeah.
I don't think she understands it. I could be wrong. That she doesn't understand. It is the disrespect that's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave a boyfriend for vaping and blowing smoke on you, but it's way better to say, or the truth of it is that you're leaving your boyfriend because he's disrespecting you.
And you better not leave that relationship with him thinking, oh, it's because I vape.
Yeah.
Because then he's going to be a jerk.
Yeah, and then
continuously.
Vape on kids. And then in reality, it's just like, no, you're disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
You're being disrespectful.
I agree. It's the disrespect.
That's just disrespect.
But do you think real talk, do you think she thinks that? And do you think he's disrespecting her throughout their relationship?
Probably.
If he's doing that.
Probably.
I mean,
so then is it
we
truly
can play
the
armchair
disrespect
therapist, but I don't
for her?
know.
Or is it the vape? Because if it's like, if he's likely...
Which comes first, the disrespect or the vape?
Yeah.
Philosophers have pondered.
It's a classic chicken or egg type thing, you know?
Yeah.
Did the vape cloud being blown in my face happen before the vape?
Well, how dank was it? Was it the dank or the cloud?
It's at Jesse's Vape Instagram. I think it's still up.
It probably is. All right, this is the last one.
Okay.
All right, just listen carefully.
Oh, no.
This guy writes in, I am in love with my wife's boyfriend. Yeah, it's a doozy. I met my wife in high school. We fell in love. We were madly, deeply obsessed with each other for several years, and then we broke up. It was sudden and based on some of the issues we had with each other that we never bothered to mature out of. But it happens. We haven't gotten a legal divorce because we're too poor and lazy. All right, so this is where he's at right now.
That's an honest call, though.
That is. It's so breaking.
We continued to hook up for a while. She got a new boyfriend a few weeks later. I've blown through a few guys and girls. She didn't keep any. Some things happened that strained our relationship. We probably just needed time. We either squabbled or ignored each other for about 2 months. The mood shifted, and now we're very, very close again. And me and her boyfriend are really similar in our personalities, interests, and sense of humor. And music taste, most importantly. He's beautiful.
That's a red flag.
He has long eyelashes and turns red when he laughs. He's so funny and sweet. The other night, he got too high and cried in my arms for an hour, and I fell hard for him. My wife knows, and she's cool with it. She doesn't mind. She actually casually encouraged me to pursue him. I don't know what she wants from me or what to do with that. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so in my feels about this. Please give me some advice. I'm losing it over this boy. If he likes me, what happens? How do I figure out what my wife wants?
This is such a...
This is circus. Not real. This cannot be real.
This is a circus.
This has to be fake.
All right.
However,
my advice: you need to just step back.
You need to get the frick away from these people.
You need to reprioritize. Look. Not to be. I'm not going to be like the postmodern guy, where it's like, well, if it's good for you, because like I have my convictions of like what is good for you, but like this just seems bad. From my perspective, like this is like.
But what makes it seem bad to you?
Every single step in this process is bad. Like that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. I feel like you just gotta chuck the whole thing and just move.
I like what you're saying. It's like a chain. It's not like so like obviously in this story, there's been like one event that's been bad decisions and just not
madness.
smart, and then like another decision about smart, and like from what it sounds like, you just can't identify that your next decision is probably gonna be bad, bro. If everything's leading up to this has been bad, and you're just like following suit, the next thing will probably be bad.
It's
too.
weird because he's not saying whether or not he's truly happy, but just by inferring on the circumstances, it's just like it sounds like you're pretty miserable, dude. And there's a lot of like, this is all conjecture, but off good inference. Seems like there's a lot of insecurity in your life. There's a lot of like, just confusion.
I think confusion on like the how relationships should operate, because it feels very just emotions based.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you married somebody and your flip is like, oh, I fell hard for him because he like cried in my arms. I don't know, like, I get like you can have those emotions towards people, but it seems like the track record you've given me like doesn't take the relationships very seriously. If it's like, oh, we're too lazy to like follow through on closure, that says a lot to me.
Maybe
too.
you just need to work on yourself. Then it sounds
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Maybe, but truth be told, like, what is his goal here? I don't understand what his goal is.
That's
I don't
true.
think he understands what his goal
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Whether to
he
get
doesn't.
back with his wife,
He
which he
doesn't-
calls his wife, even though he loves his ex-wife's boyfriend.
Yeah, it
Also,
sounds like
why would they be so close, the three of them?
if I was truly going to give you some advice, my man, I would say
This is not a real person.
step away from these
Move.
people for
Step far away.
at least for a little bit, and you need to just work on your own maturity and decision making for a little bit. Because it sounds like from what Wyatt said and what Joe said, you just are like doing these things rashly and with like impulse and emotion, and like that's not how you should operate. It sounds like you're just gonna lead a life of like eventual misery if you keep allowing this to happen.
Maybe we're being too judgmental. I think a better way to say it is like, get your emotions, my man. They're real, but just because they're real, it doesn't mean that they're always good.
So true.
So, yeah, you might really like your ex-wife's boyfriend, and you might say, I'm in love with him. But you were also in love with your wife.
who you're not seeing.
Yes.
And it's
And it seems like, well, you can make these decisions, but I don't think any of us think these are great ones. Like, you should step back. I think you should, rather than pursuing this guy, just work on yourself, man. Get some closure. Divorce your wife.
I think out of all of these, like, aside from the first one, the first case seems very solid, and I think that
About
dude is
marrying his wife?
No,
With
the first
with
one
the dark
was babies.
Oh, that
I
guy.
felt like that case, like, he seems like an upstanding dude. Like, he's kind of got a level head on him. I feel like in crazier ways and in smaller ways, the rest of them is just, like, lack of communication and a lack of, like, good decision making.
Because of communication.
First guy, you're on your own, man.
Oh yeah,
Good
first
luck.
guy, you did nothing wrong here.
You played it so good.
You did nothing wrong.
But you were black, and so in this world,
Dude, why?
you're behind the 8 ball already.
Oh my gosh! Don't post it.
That's just real, bro.
Oh my gosh! That might be the most
We
triple
live-
thing you said.
We live in a society.
We do live in this society.
Dang. See, that guy did nothing wrong, as far as we know.
But he was black.
Okay, let's stop there. Let's not insinuate that that's wrong.
It's not. We just said he did nothing wrong.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing wrong. I respect
And
that
yet,
guy. He's got the right
situation.
attitude about that.
Yeah.
Well, the second was leukemia girl? Leukemia guy?
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad, G. That's bad.
That's like legit worry for your safety. First, also, I'm curious as to why leukemia got you so fatally attracted to this guy.
Broken things, bro.
It does.
It's the.
Oh yeah, I'm broken.
She believed he lied. Like, she believed he doesn't have leukemia.
That meme is funny. What was the third one? Furry chick.
That was
Furry dude.
That one wasn't too bad.
That wasn't bad,
But
but
you got some things to fix.
your
I can
execution.
see myself making that mistake. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I empathize with that guy.
Execution was poor though.
Yeah.
In the middle of the movie.
Like, imagine if, like, Mason, you just, like, typed in your computer, it was, like, a bunch of furry stuff all of a sudden. You're like,
Right.
Should you get furry? Like,
That'd be
that's
great, but they've been
probably
dating
your
for, like,
bad,
4
but, like,
years,
you
though.
can see yourself doing that on accident. Like,
Oh,
right-
for sure.
yeah.
Like, this is definitely something where you're like, oh man, I kind of blew it here.
And then I can even see myself being untactful, like doing it in a bad situation
Yeah,
too.
In the middle
but
of
you
movie?
can he can fix this. He can fix this good.
Yeah.
The rest of
you
you,
got this, bro.
wife boyfriend man.
Wife boyfriend man.
Vape girlfriend, leave him.
Oh, vape girlfriend.
Vape girlfriend.
Yeah,
Probably,
get out of there.
Probably leave him. He's
Yeah,
probably
this guy's
disrespectful.
disrespectful to you. He's not treating you right. And like, don't say you broke him with the vape. Just tell what it is.
And then love triangle guy,
Unless it is the vape.
you need some deep
Just leave, man.
deep therapy, bro.
Yeah.
Just get out of there. Build just good friendships.
I would say though, this little exercise helped me also in just like understanding relationships better. You know, you see other people's problems. It's much better to learn from other people's mistakes and glean from those.
But these are so wild. Some of these are wild.
But then we won't make them.
I can see myself in this.
All right.
I will never be in a position where
Girl
I'm
comes
going
up to
to
you.
see and sleep with someone because I think they have leukemia. I will never be in that situation now.
Are you sure?
I hope so.
This is like,
I hope that I learn from
this is like calling out your brother and not seeing the log in your own eye. What if this happens to us?
Well, then we will listen to this with regret.
Yes.
Like sackcloth and ash.
Yeah.
And we'll just be sitting here like fat clouds.
Mourning.
Like, what have I done?
Vaping
With
like crazy.
Zootopia going on in the back.
And then your
With my
ex-wife's boyfriend
is
crying in
arms.
crying in arms. Yo, and then dark baby just showing up.
My dark child.
Daddy,
With my
are you
racist
okay?
father in the background.
Daddy, are you and your wife's
Korean,
boyfriend okay?
Confederate flag of Korea.
Chris Chan just like, so many dark babies.
This was a doozy.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for coming over. I hope you guys learned as well. Apply this stuff to your guys' relationships too. And if you have any, if you need advice in your relationships, write into us. We'll be happy to answer you guys.
Please write in.
Just write in anything. Just say hi.
You know our phone numbers. Like, give us a question. We'll do it.
Yeah, just text us.
If
Comment.
you have a topic, we'll run it.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
dead serious.
Yeah.
If you like, you guys should talk about this, and then you want to actually give us an example of a real life relationship advice, we will do our best.
That's right.
Well, let's not pigeonhole ourselves with relationship advice. If you legit write in the comments.
We can do car advice. We can do relationship.
We don't want to do car advice.
We can do car advice.
Have you seen our cars?
Well, he's got
Once or twice.
No, he's got good cars though now.
I do.
Yeah,
I have a
he's
Camry.
Two of them.
Yo, I can't read too.
Hey.
Yeah, but yours like
Camry, air quotes.
Mine's
It's half a car.
I have a Nissan Altima.
Me too. I have a Nissan Altima and a Camry.
Yeah.
We have two
Yeah,
cars.
but
You're just
your
a
cars
better,
are
you're
so
the better
much better.
version of both of our
Yeah,
cars.
your cars are way.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mine's not better. Just like 8
No,
years in the
better.
future.
Okay, so maybe not car advice, but maybe. But,
Any
ask,
topic will
ask
do.
away.
Yeah, we'll listen.
We'll do anything. We'll do anything, please. We'll do anything. We're desperate over here. All right, guys. We'll see you when we see you. Thanks for listening.
See you guys.
You.